Welcome back to Operation Pixel.
Man is shinier than blue.
Yeah, so between episodes we did a quick shopping run, sold some stuff, traded in some bits and gizmos. The main thing is that I got myself some full plate armor, so I'm really shiny now. And I also traded my rings of protection for rings of strength because...
I want to carry. He wants to carry stuff.
I mean, honestly, I thought more damage would be fun, then I also thought it would be funny if I could just carry 260 pounds. So that's where I am now.
And now I am fully clothed.
Yeah. That's my hand-me-down scale mail.
Rick's a dwarf.
Yep.
Dwarf and Rick's the dwarf her. Ishmerjar.
Your accent's a little heavy there. All that you need to say is yar.
Yar.
I'm also just sort of hoping that the extra strength makes these guys die in fewer hits.
Need to.
So that when I hit them, they die. And then I can get on with my life. Without having to worry about how much fire they're throwing at me.
Oh, jeez.
So much fire! Too much fire. We've also started implementing the practice where I pass Simon all my loot, and he sold it.
I use my massive charisma to get a discount.
But honestly speaking, like, he doesn't have much more. Like, honestly, I could buy maybe like an amulet from him or something if he has a good amulet. And I hate it when they land up top there and you can't grab them. Oh, I'm dead.
Yep, just suspended there.
I was trying to heal, but it wasn't fast enough.
It died.
But yeah. I was saying something. Oh, yeah, there's not much more for me to buy there. So, so really what we kind of care about right now is you getting your stuff finished up. Buy everything you can get off the guy. And then, honestly, money is basically just for buying potions and whatever else we feel like, honestly.
Yeah.
It's not gonna have a lot of... Oh, that's a chest? Hold on, there's another one back here, then. Oh, that was just some weird pot thing.
There's one right here.
Yeah, there's one right there. I should probably let you get those, because there's gold. Was there one here? Thought there was. Maybe that was it. I don't know.
There's one right here.
Oh, there you go. Cool. Alright. Oh, there's still guys this way. That's one nice thing about your ball lightning there is it really lights them up. I'm like, where am I looking for guys? And then the ball lightning just like, there! Makes it pretty straightforward. Switching back to Burning Hands?
I'm doing it for a bit.
You doing it for a bit?
You'll
Okay,
see.
okay. I was just like, what the heck is he planning?
It's like light 'em up, light 'em up, on fire! Light 'em up, light 'em up, on fire!
Okay, well that's a song reference, but kind of came out of left field, you know what I mean?
Gotta keep our audience guessing.
Do we?
It's like, what do we expect from Operation Pixel? I think I have a clue. What's this? Surprise.
Nobody knows what to expect from us. But that's because nobody watches our channel. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what people expect from our channel. I don't know what anyone expects from any freaking gameplay channel, really.
Help us out. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think. We'd love some feedback.
I like how you're saying that when you're the guest co-host and this isn't your channel.
Well, I like to share in the experience here.
Alright, so
temporarily.
It's gonna go ahead to the next area so we can finish clearing up here and we'll be good to go soon. But yeah, honestly,
and Ootman will appreciate you.
yeah. No, I see all the comments, even the spam ones. Though I usually ignore the spam ones. The ones I probably dislike the most. I mean, there's some that, like, the spam comments that are like, hey, you guys have a lot of potential. Or it usually doesn't say you guys. It says, you have a lot of potential. Why don't you sign up for our service thing, and we'll help you, you know, make it big on YouTube. And I'm just like, you guys are full of crap. This is clearly full of crap.
Yeah,
these guys didn't even watch our video. This is a generic post.
Stuff.
The other one that bothers me is the freaking guys who just go around, like, they go to other, like, gameplay channels and then ask for views, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I mean, it's cool if they want to come check out our stuff or whatever, but, like, it's clearly they didn't. You know, if someone actually watched our video and made, like, a comment on, like, what they saw, or one thing they liked about the video, I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe I'll go check out this guy's stuff, because clearly he at least watched our freaking video.
Mm-hmm.
Then some people come in and they're like, hey, man, you like this game too, huh? That's awesome. You should come by and check out my channel. I've got similar games. Yeah. And I'm like, you didn't watch our video. The thing
didn't see a single bit of it.
And the thing is that most of the time, like, they have, like, a copy-paste thing where they just say Operation Pixel, or they refer to us as a single person. Whereas if you watch 5 seconds of our video, you'll be like, oh, there's 2 people playing. It's not hard. But, yeah, those comments clearly don't watch our videos, so I immediately discredit them. Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, jeez.
I was too busy ranting about how I don't like comments from people who don't watch our videos. Comments from people who do watch our videos I enjoy very much. Like, I remember one of our first comments, like, ever. I think the guy said, lol, you're so bad at this, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, that's great. I didn't mind the fact that the guy thought we were trash at the game we were playing. But it was obvious he'd watched the video.
Awesome.
And he's entitled to that opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I think he did have an LOL in there, so at least he thought it was funny how bad we were at it. So, you know, like, as long as he had a good time watching it.
It all matters.
Mm-hmm. That, and I mention this from time to time, but one of my personal goals with, like, Operation Pixel really has been to, like, ah, man, I'm dead again. The freaking fire pits.
Jeez.
God dang fire chuckers. It burns so much.
If it's not poison, it's fire. Always comes back to fire.
But, I forget what I was saying.
About comments, about
Yeah,
how,
it was about comments.
you like constructive one, the people who actually watch the channel.
Yep.
Versus
See, I want to see what's over this way, because that way it kept going. Yeah, I don't know. Jeez. You know, I'm using really good health potions now. And it's still not freaking healing all that much. But yeah. I mean, I don't know. Oh, right, I was talking about Operation Pixel and how I wanted... I almost want the channel, like, in a way, one of my ideals for it would be to almost be like a museum at some point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not ever going to be a museum. But, like, the idea is that a lot of these games, like, you know, like I said, I played this game back in middle school. I don't know how many other people, like, have fond memories of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. But, like, you know, not everybody still has a PS2 or the access to play this game. And so in a way, if you want to, like, sort of relive the experience, things like this series here are the closest thing you're going to be able to get for people like that. Without, you know, serious time, money investments. The other thing, too, is that there's a lot of games out there that's, like, and those are the ones I really want to play, are, like, the ones I haven't played before, just, like, especially ones that people really liked.
Yeah.
Because there's, like, a lot of great games that people are like, oh, man, this game's awesome, why doesn't more people know about this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to play more games like that.
Pretty awesome.
Just because, like, there are a lot of really cool games out there that deserve way more credit than they ever got. And everybody's got one or two of those types of games. If you grew up with games, you know one or two games, probably, that, like, you just can't help but wonder why you seem to be the only person who knows about it. So yeah, I want to sort of put the spotlight on those games a little bit more, just because, again, like, things like Super Mario Bros. You know, nothing against Mario. Ark's a big fan of Mario.
Yeah.
So we played through several Mario games on the channel. And we played through stuff like Legend of Zelda for NES, which everybody's heard of. And, you know, they make new copies of it, ports of it, and, like, you can download it on your Nintendo eShop or whatever. It's just, like, constantly being put out again, and again, and again. So, you know, everybody's played those games, or if they haven't, you know, it wouldn't be hard for them to do so. So it's not that there's anything wrong with those games. But it's like, you know, again, there's nothing really to learn from seeing someone else play Mario, you know, for the 14th time, you know. It's like, everybody's seen that. Everybody's done that. Mario is what Mario is. It's a good game, but, like, everybody knows it. But I think there's something to be gained from these other games that, like, you know, they're good games, but they don't get reproduced every, like, 4 years whenever a new console comes out. Or they don't get HD remasters.
It kind of sucks. I mean, when you have, like, a nice game from the past, it'd be nice if they redid it and had like a little HD part of it, like what they did for Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, but Resident Evil 4 isn't even a good example, because, like, nowadays they're just re-releasing games that came out, like, 10 years ago, and they're like, we've updated the texture slightly. You know, again, it's not that the game is bad. It's just that, like, the game didn't really need a reboot or an HD remake. And again, Resident Evil 4 was incredibly popular. And part of a very popular series.
A catapult!
Like, nobody's gonna say that Resident Evil 4 doesn't get as much credit as it deserves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I'm out of arrows for one.
Come on, man. I can't go fight these guys. They're throwing fire at me and can't do anything about it. Okay, so this is about where we turned back. But yeah, I don't know. It's something that, like, as I went through college, I think I got the sort of concept from my teacher. We didn't start Operation Pixel until after that. But, definitely the argument is something that's, our main game design teacher sort of instilled in us. And I really think that he had a really good point. You know, like, everybody's played Mario, so, like, he didn't bring Mario in for us to learn from it. He brought in weird games, like Mule. You ever heard of Mule?
No.
It's incredible. It's like an NES freaking economic strategy game. It's really bizarre, but super duper cool. And apparently it's... I don't know, actually. I don't think so. The thing about Mule, from what he was telling us, is that the problem with it is that, like, it was designed by some, like, independent developer guy. And for some reason or another, he hasn't let anybody else, or maybe, like, he's dead and his wife or something, whoever owns the intellectual property for it, isn't letting anybody else make it. Because, like, the game is popular enough that lots of people apparently have offered to remake it.
I'm dead.
Oh, God.
Stay alive, Rob!
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
I'm exhausted.
And you're close to a save point, too.
Oh, yeah, there's one right up there.
Bum rush it.
Hey, man, get out of my way.
Live.
Get out of my way.
Come on, Oot. Oot.
There we go. Alright.
Eat my lightning balls.
I was just thinking, like, if we died here, when was the last time we saved?
Oh,
Like,
geez.
we've cleared almost this entire area, it looks like.
The moment we finish these guys, we gotta save.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do that real quick, like. But yeah. No, like, the thing is, though, that he brought in a lot of games that, like, people may not have heard of. And I really wish I could contact him again. I may try looking up my old teacher one of these days. And just ask him if he has, like, a list of the games that he, like, brought into class or games that he wanted us to check out. Because, like, that guy knew a lot of kind of obscure but interesting games.
That's cool.
Like, I actually brought up with him one time Magic Pendulum Graffiti Kingdom, which are a couple of my favorite obscure games. And he knew about them. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. So I like giving those type of games a shot. So you never know how they might be.
Well, that's the thing too, is like a lot of these games, like, they're good games. But, you know, for one reason or another, they flew under the radar. Either because they, you know, weren't like Mario or Legend of Zelda or Metroid. Or, you know, because they maybe just didn't get, like, a lot of copies sold, or they didn't have a lot of marketing here in the United States or something.
Maybe they're just, like, overshadowed because of the bigger titles that came out that year.
Yeah.
They're like, what's that game? It's like, I don't know. Oh, Metroid. Oh, Zelda.
Yeah. Nah, man, there's definitely a lot that goes into games. And I like the idea, though, of like I said, going back to the original idea, I like the idea of Operation Pixel eventually becoming something like a museum. You know what I mean? Of just games. But yeah, so I think we'll call it good here. I'm just going to save again real quick. We'll come back next time on Operation Pixel as we continue sieging frickin' castle and stuff and whatnot.